Welcome to this special Shenanigans edition of the Workshop. My name is T. O'Brien.
And I'm Jim O'Hare.
During this Irish Day, or St. Paddy's Day, we're going to be drinking one green beer. Talk to us about that real quick, Jim.
We're going to start off our journey on this expedition with Hangar 24's Mango Island IPA, which comes in at 5.8%. Basically, they were searching, out in the wild for that secret ingredient for their beer. They were cutting paths through shamrocks when, lo and behold, they came across the gold at the end of the rainbow, the mango.
Right. So if you were wondering what was at the end of the rainbow, that gold color was probably coming from the mangoes. Also, probably green dye number 6. We're going to go ahead and pop this one. Mind you, there are more beers on the Irish front we're about to venture on. So
Correct.
Let's go ahead and pop this one. We'll be right back. Guys, we went ahead and poured this Mango IPA, food dye, green number 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if you don't know, you can't celebrate St. Paddy's Day without a green beer. And here we are. Jim, talk to me about what you're seeing.
Well, I am seeing the non-traditional, orange hue we would expect from this IPA. But of course, as mentioned, this is a special St. Paddy's dye-added beer. So we are getting a wonderful shade of green, a little bit darker than what you might see on St. Paddy's Day because of the mix between the two colors.
I think it looks like St. Paddy's Day, and I really can't wait to get it in my stomach. But first, let's go ahead and smell this one. All I smell, Jim, is green dye number 6. What do you smell?
Yeah, I was actually going to say green dye number 3, but I think you're right.
You want to taste it?
I certainly do.
All right, let's do it. It's pretty good.
It is delicious.
It's actually really good.
Yes, it is. They truly did find the gold at the end of the rainbow.
Which turned out to be green eventually at some point.
Right.
Which is kind of surprising.
Well, it's like your fruit when you first get it. It starts out green and then it ripens to that gold color.
It's like an avocado, guys. We pluck these beers fresh from the tree. We're going to go ahead and kill these beers, and when we get back, Jim, what's next on our palate?
Well, we have a trio of your more traditional Irish beers.
So, St. Paddy's Day rolls on, and traditional St. Paddy's Day beer would be Harp Lager, which I think is actually a Pilsner.
Yes, it is, and if I'm not mistaken, it is actually brought to us by Guinness. So it's a lager that has little notes of malt and citrus. I haven't had it in like a decade, so we'll find out. We'll refresh my memory here.
We're going to get our Paddy Days on. We're going to try this one next. Guys, celebrate with us. Jim, nothing makes St. Paddy's Day more than green dye number 6. Apparently, Jim is struggling with the idea of adding green dye to your beer, so we're having Harp Lager right now.
That is correct.
This isn't a very strong beer. It is an Irish beer.
I do remember it being tasty, though, but that was a while ago, like I said.
And it is green. Let's go ahead and put this one to our face. It's kind of funny.
It is a little bit different because you look at it and it's a lager, it's light, and I do sense some maltiness to it, which is sort of traditional of your like British and Irish beers. So
right, so they tend to be a little bit heavier,
and it should be tastier. So let's.
You want to do it again? Let's do it again.
No, I want to drink it, T.
That's what I'm doing.
This is a very crushable beer. This is a beer on St. Paddy's Day that you can sit there and drink a lot of and not be doing the Irish yoga. So
Right.
this is a good beer to be drinking up until it's shot time.
I like this beer, Jim.
I like it too.
Totally love this beer. We're going to come back. We're going to have another beer in the festivities of Ireland and the Irish St. Paddy's Day. We'll continue. See you soon. Keeping in track with Irish tradition would mean that we drink Irish beer. What are we drinking?
Right now, we're going to be drinking Smitty's Irish Red, a very traditional red beer.
Smithwick.
Uh-huh.
This red ale, this Irish red ale, has been around for 300 years. It's quite possibly one of the most iconic beers in Ireland. I'm really excited to try this. How about you?
I am super excited to have this again. I've had it in bottles lots of times, but it's a real treat when you get it on draft. If you can find an Irish pub somewhere that has it on draft.
You ready?
I'm ready.
We're going to go ahead and pour this one. We'll be right back. I love Smithwick, Smittywick. What do they call this?
I've always called it Smitty.
All right, so I love Smitty. Let's go ahead and put this one to the nose. Yep, it's going to be malty.
Yes, these are the beers that I absolutely love. These traditional malty beers, and so I'm really excited to have this.
Want to taste it?
Of course I do.
That's pretty good.
It is very, very good. This is your traditional Irish red that, when people talk about Irish reds and they need a reference point, this is a reference point.
Yeah, that's definitely the staple when it comes to the Irish reds. It's a fantastic beer, guys. It's light, it's malty,
it's flavorful, so yeah, it's delicious.
Shit, let's cheer. We got one more. Jim, we saved the crescendo to the end.
Right.
Unfortunately, our friend the Irish gnome,
he's doing Irish yoga right now, Steve.
Right, he's totally doing Irish yoga. So talk to me a little bit about Guinness Drought. So I think this is 4.2%?
Yeah, people look at it, they see a dark beer, and they get kind of scared, but it's actually, not that heavy of a beer. It's just very smooth, very tasty. It's made with like dark malts and stuff. So.
This is like the most creamiest beer, maybe outside of maybe Boddington or something, with the cascading and all that good stuff. But we will drink this beer, and we'll probably give you some thoughts on it. Maybe. We'll be right back. 4.2%. This is a great beer.
It is a fantastic beer. That's, why it's, so well known worldwide.
It's super iconic. I've had this 100 times, and every time I drink it, it's like having the beer again. So let's do that.
Let's do it, T.
There's like this soft, creamy, like non-beer flavor to it. It's kind of weird. It's like eating a loaf of bread.
It is. It is very smooth, and like you said, very creamy. It goes with a lot of different food pairings. It is just an iconic beer, and that's why they've been successful for all these years.
Guys, if you're eating corned beef and cabbage, there's a good chance that this beer is probably in your corned beef and cabbage.
It's in ours. That's for sure.
Outside your Guinness stews and all those type of things, this beer is very iconic. It's very universal. It's quite possibly one of the greatest beers in the world. So it has to nestle within the top 10 beers, iconic beers in the world.
It's great for drinking. It's great for cooking. it's just a fantastic beer, and cheers.
Cheers, Jim. Guys, happy St. Patty.
Happy St. Patty's.